Hi, so this is the workout manager I use. I figured I should just send a video of how mine works instead of the back and forth explanations I've been trying to do. We've been doing back and forth on Discord. So this is the front end, but I think it's better explained from the back end. So this is my back end right here. Where is it? Workout manager. So this is the back end. So when I click on this, I go into all the databases that helps this to work. So forget about the calendar. We have the workout tracker itself, where all the workouts are inside of them, and then we have. So this is the tracker itself. Then we have the actual workout programs. So each program, when you open them, to they are related to an entry, as you can see. So this is the relation here, and as you can see, I think all of these are running, but that's because it's the most recent. I kind of stopped recording this on the 5th of March. Life kind of happened, but I was typically running about 5 kilometers every day. But before then, if I keep loading this, you would see other entries, pull-ups, chin-ups, dips, and stuff, because I largely train calisthenics, and the reason I'm able to keep all this, that is the name. I don't manually write them. I use buttons. So when I click a button for running, for example, it's just going to show running and the current date. So that's how you can see that the name of each entry is corresponding to the actual date. And regarding what you asked for the um, progressive overload, I'm trying to look for one. All right, for these chin-ups, how many sets did I do? This is 2 sets. So for it to calculate 2 sets and 12 reps, these 12 reps, you might notice that I think this is a bit small. Let me zoom my page to see if it works. Okay, it should be bigger now. So I'm looking at this one. So you can see 2 sets and 12 reps with an asterisk. The asterisk means that it's an average of 12 reps that I did between the 2 sets. So if I open this chin-ups, you would see that my first set of chin-ups, or I guess even pull-ups, work the same way. Okay, this one has 3 sets. So my first set I put 12, and but the weight assigned to it, I left it at 0 because I didn't add any weight I didn't hang any extra weight on my waist when I was doing the pull-ups. So first set was 12 reps, second set was 12 reps, third set was 12 reps, and so that's how it got the average of 12 reps. And then it counted all the sets, which are in this case 3 sets. And so that's basically how it works. But in this case, because it was pull-ups, it's calculating in terms of the weight and the number of sets. But for something like running, I have set a formula in such a way that it only gives me kilometers, minutes, and time. Sorry, the kilometers, the minutes, and the overall speed, which is 10 kilometers an hour, 30 minutes, 5 kilometers. So all of this was now set up, and it's now able to print out in the front end. So I can see on January 17th, I can see that these are all the workouts I did. All these other ones are empty, that's why I closed them. On January 15th, these are all the workouts I did. So depending on what I select, you can see that this load, when I'm running, the load is irrelevant, so that's why it's blank. But the time, like what I was trying to say, the time and the speed is there. And so if I want to progressively overload with any of these weights, with any of these other workouts, I just use the different extra weights and for different sets. So if I add 20 kg, for example, here, 20 kg for the first set and hang 20 kg for the second set, you can see that the average is 20 kg here. And maybe if I got tired for the third set and hung 10 kgs on my waist, you see it now becomes an average of 25 kgs. So essentially, why is it showing only 2 sets? 12, 12. Okay, third set, there should be 12. It's showing 0, that's why it's showing only 2 sets. So for the third set, let's say I did another 12 reps of pull-ups. That's when it shows 3 sets, and on average it's about 12 reps, and between each set I pulled up an average of 16 kgs. But when I open it, I do know the kilograms that I used overall. So so the way I was able to, okay, and before I go there, I believe I also have the mobile view. This I use mostly this mobile view because when I'm actively in the gym, I don't like using that table unless I'm on my laptop. So typically, maybe when I come to check stuff on my laptop, I use that view. But on this view, I can see stuff in terms of in this kind of boxed way. So so this is, you can see the four workouts that I did that day. Running is usually in the morning, and the rest of them are usually later in the evening. So I would go back to that back end to show you how I set it all up. Now everything is set up depending on the workout type. So for running, the workout type is running. I think, yeah, it's running. Then for pull-ups, the workout type, for pretty much any other workouts, in my mind, they're all weight related. Then for jump ropes, it's jumping. This is important for what we are about to do. So I hope this will help you in your setup. So now when I go to the settings of how I set up all of this to show these numbers, I hope I can remember where they are, because there's a lot of calculations here. Active set, load, average, duration, speed, summary. Wow. Okay, let me see this summary here. I hope it's the one. Alright, let me just see if it's okay. This is the summary. So what led to it? F summary. Hold on. Alright. F duration sets, input average. I'm trying to remember. Essentially, what I'm trying to look for is that there was a formula I used. I can't remember where I put it, but the formula, it basically says that if where do I find it? Give me a second. Okay, something like this. So for my input, so if the workout type is weights, then it will present its output with reps at the, that is, it will, the suffix will be reps if the workout type. That's why I told you that this stuff is important, because it was from this I now created a roll up, so that when it's assigned to it, then we would know if it's assigned, like if this running is assigned to running, then the workout type will automatically, since it's a roll up, it will show that it's a running exercise. So this output will always show reps at the end of the number. But if it's something related to cardio, running rather, you would see kilometers. If it's related to jumps, it would show you if it's related to the workout type, jumping, then it will show you jumps. So that's how this comes out. But for the summary, so while this is showing like this, for the summary, at some points, I noticed that sometimes when you are doing dips, for example, you don't want a situation where so in this place now, when you are doing dips, you don't really need duration and speed. So it will also show empty. If workout type is running, how did I do this? I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah. So if the workout type is running, it should just give something blank. The truth is I can't fully remember how I did it, but I hope this gives you a rough idea of how to bring out what you are looking for. This video is getting too long. Just see if you can use this workout type to help you, and then from there you can now pull all of this together. It's pulling all of this input, duration, speed, and total sets to this summary area. That's how I was now able to get the summary that I am now using on the home page. So this, you can see it's a summary. Once you open this, that's the one I now allowed to be. This summary is what I allowed to be visible on the front end. So yeah, that's pretty much how this works. I hope it's not too complex. But okay, I think I also mentioned buttons too, right? So there are some primary workouts and some secondary workouts. So in the front end, I should probably on Zoom reset this so that I can see everything at once. It's still loading up. Actually, it is not this long. It's just that my filters were set in a way that I wasn't able to see what I was looking for. But for the sake of this video, I had to rearrange them so that you can see what I was trying to show. But I need to set them back. So I need to only see things that occur this week here. And then for this month. Okay, so for remember the primary workouts and secondary workouts. So it's something similar happened here. So where I'm managing workouts here, so you can see my primary workouts. These are the things I do every day, because I don't want a situation where I'm seeing all my workouts at the same time. So I just filtered this to the workouts I tend to do every week, and then all the remaining workouts are there. Then for the buttons, I mentioned buttons. So buttons for my primary workout. So if I finish running, for example, I will just, when I come back home, I will just click running, and this is the date. And so for the date, I would now add the end time. So if maybe I started running from 6:30 a.m. or let's just say 6:22 a.m. and it was a 30-minute run, I will now make this to be 7 a.m. So you can see it will automatically calculate. Okay, for this first set, I had already set it to 5 kilometers because I run 5 kilometers every day. So I left it at 5 kilometers. So it's always one set, except I maybe stop at some point. So I will now make my second set to be, maybe the first to be 3 kilometers, the second will be 2. But since it's 5 kilometers, it will calculate this time difference, which is 30 minutes. And so that's where it gets the speed. The formula for speed is distance over time. And so that's how I was able to do that with formulas somewhere at the background. I can't remember, I did this a long time ago. So it's kind of the same. So that's how the cardio related exercises work. Same thing with pull-ups. With the pull-ups, I'll put my first set and the weight assigned to it. I usually pull up with weights on my waist, but if I don't, I'll leave it at 0. And that's basically how all the weight exercises work. What else? Okay, navigation. So I can also open each of the exercises and see my performance so far. So in the case of running, what do we have here? Okay, yeah, this is my quarterly chart for my running. So you can see from September 2024, I was running an average of 10.9. I gradually started increasing speed. I think my peak was around August 2024. I was running at 11.8 kilometers per hour. And then for some reason, oh, okay, it started from July downwards. So my speed gradually started increasing. Then between August and September, I started reducing. Something, like I mentioned, life happened at some point. So my speed started reducing. But you can also see your performance for the week. This is what we just opened. This is the running thing we just created, but I think I'll need to delete it because it's not relevant. You can also see stuff that happened this month. You can see all your performance. You can see it's divided into months. This was February 2025. I ran only twice in March. So yeah, you can see pull-ups performance in one place as well. And same thing. Then you can now go back home and yeah, back to square one. So typically the main things I do, I just click these buttons and the buttons are named. Then the buttons are named according to how. Okay, I think I didn't add this part. So if I want to add a running exercise, this one is already assigned to running via a relation property. Actually, all of them are assigned. So once I click it, notice at today. So the day that I click it, that's the date that will show up in this area. Notice it's showing pull-ups at today. Okay, I will delete this too because it's the one that we just created. But over time, they begin to change to their original dates. I think once it gets into the last week, it begins to show up like normal dates, which is, I think, which we saw here. Okay, let me open this so that it's okay. You can see this now. It begins to show like normal dates, but these dates are dynamic. Once you click them, you can change them to something else. So yeah, I think this video has run its course. I hope this helps you or inspires you with some ideas in the one you are building, in the workout manager that you are building. Take care.